Good morning, students. Welcome to your value education class. Last day, I have started the chapter number 5. So here, today I will just tell the story. Last day I have just given the gist of the story. An 8-year-old boy was responsible for coming to school early to warm the room before his teacher and classmates arrived. This he did by starting the old-fashioned pot-bellied coal stove every day. So here are some new words you are getting. By starting the old-fashioned pot-bellied coal stove, warm the room. So actually Western country also it was too much cold. So they were warming the room by coal, by fire, pots are there, sometimes the fireplaces are there, like this. One morning when the teachers and the other students arrived, they found that schoolhouse was on the fire. They also saw the little boy lying unconscious in the flames. Unconscious means they are not having sense. He's not having any sense. They dragged the boy out and took him to a nearby county hospitals. So there they have taken him the hospital. He had a major burns over the lower half of this body. So it is very dangerous. From his bed, the burned, semi-conscious boy faintly heard the doctor talking to his mother. So he can hear that because he was semi-conscious. Doctor was telling his mother that her son would not make it as the terrible fire had almost destroyed the lower half of his body. So he was very little. After that, he had heard like this dangerous thing. He had startled. Startled means just puzzled, chomke jawa actually. But the brave boy didn't want to die. He made up his mind that he would live. Made up means just he was thinking. He just resolute his mind. Somehow he did live. After some days, he heard the doctor and his mother speaking quietly again because they don't want that boy would listen to them. Because this is very sad for the boy because he cannot walk properly, he cannot run properly. But he had listened this. This time the doctor told his mother, the little boy would not be able to use his legs at all and would be a cripple of all his life. Cripple means handicapped. For all his life, he would be crippled. Once again, the brave boy made up his mind. He would not be crippled. He was thinking that he would not be crippled. That is his mind. He wanted to walk. He would walk also. That is the thing, because whatever we want in the mind, we can do. Unfortunately, he had no sensation or movement in his body. From the waist down, his thin legs just dangled there. Dangle means just actually no sense. Complete, but lifeless. No sense is there, no life is there. Soon he released from the hospital. When he wasn't in the bed, he was confined to a wheelchair. Confined means he could not go, they're prisoned. Confined in a wheelchair. His mother massaged his thin legs every day, hoping that someday they would feel something, but nothing happened. One sunny day, his mother wheeled him out in the yard to get some fresh air. That day, instead of sitting there, the boy threw himself from the chair. He wanted to walk, so he threw himself from the chair. He pulled himself across the grass, dragging his legs behind him. So he was trying anyhow he would walk. He walked his way to the white picket fence, boarding their garden. With a great effort, he raised himself on the fence. He began dragging himself along the fence. Then he began dragging himself along the fence, all the while determined that he would walk. The determination is the main thing. He started to do every day. There was nothing he wanted more than to develop life in those legs. Everything he was practicing, practicing, and practicing. Ultimately, through his daily messages and his unwavering determination, he developed the ability to stand up, because he was every day was thinking that he should walk, he should stand up. He was determined to do that. That was the determination. Slowly, he started walking haltingly. Haltingly means just one stop. Again, he was walking. Then walked by himself. Then to run. It took him 22 months to achieve this. He ran for the sheer joy of running and was one of the best athletes of the time. After passing high school, he attended the Kansas University. So athletes not only walks and runs for that joy of running. So best athletes of the time. Kansas University, where he was a part of track team. Track means that athletes, means that running, or that anywhere that you know that. He took part in 1932 Olympics. Can you imagine 1932 Olympics, where he ran the 1500-meter race. He finished 4th, which was more than anyone expected him to achieve. In 1936, he was voted the most popular athlete by the fellow athletes. In 1938, in Madison Square Garden, this determined young man who was not expected to live ran the world's fastest mile. Just can you imagine? This young man ran world's fastest mile. In 1940, he retired his running career, started teaching at the Cornell College in Iowa. He also ran the youth ranch for troubled children in Kansas, USA. This man, who helped more than 9,000 children, was Dr. Glenn Cunningham. So please read the story. Next week I'll just do the question answer. But this story is very, very nice story that you can determine whatever you want, you can. Determination is the main thing. So this COVID situation also, you should read this story very nicely. So next day I'll discuss the question answer or all these things. So today, bye beta.